Man, I'm getting tired of this AJ Brown drama, man. If y'all are like me, which you probably are if you're an Eagles fan, it's starting to drive you a little crazy. And today it went to another level because on the Nick Foles show that he does with Evan Moore, hope I said his name right, they were talking about things as far as how valuable is a wide receiver and if you're willing to hold on to a wide receiver for a certain amount of time, longer than expected maybe, uh, where Holly Roseman could be valuing that position right now. And in the midst of them talking about that, they brought up AJ Brown, and the host asked Nick Foles, "So, what do you think about the whole AJ Brown deal?" And the host said that he thinks that AJ Brown is a done deal, that he's going. But Nick Foles a few weeks ago was saying that he didn't necessarily feel like that. But now, as more stuff has started to come out, Nick Foles, and from what Nick Foles has heard, he's starting to believe that AJ Brown is probably on his way out as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip, and we'll talk about it after.
I said, man, he's an Eagle. He's super talented. I know a lot of guys around the league, and I hate asking them questions because I don't want to dive into everyone's business because I didn't like that as a player. I still don't like that personally. But there was guys talking about the AJ Brown situation. I do think, like you said, Howie Roseman's not shutting it down. He's not saying he's an Eagle right now. That makes me, and what they're doing, like you talked about, they're making their receiver room stronger. They have a first-year coordinator in Sean Mannion. You don't want to deal with, what they dealt with last year with AJ. Now, AJ had merit looking back. Like, why was he frustrated? Well, it was why the concepts of the offense and how it was ran with Kevin Patullo. Looking back, that's maybe what the frustration was. Was it with Jalen Hurts? I don't know. I'm not in the facility. No idea. But because of those things and different people I know around the league that know AJ a little bit, I would think what I've gathered is wants to be traded, but I also think like he wants to be traded to specific places. I think New England would make a lot of sense because of his history of Vrabel. I think that's obvious, right? And I think he even said he grew up a Patriots fan, if I'm correct. So that would be like twofold situation. But really because Howie's not shutting it down. That's a big thing. And he's going to have a lot of strategy behind it. He's going to get something he wants, but I do think it's going to come to a point where he realized last year was very difficult. This is Howie, and he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, so you heard it there. AJ Brown unhappy is what it seems like, and from what Nick Foles is saying is he's hearing from people who are closer to AJ Brown, and what he's picking up is that he wants out, man. And if that's the case, I'm really glad that the Eagles have taken the steps in making sure that they have receivers that can at least be filler guys for this season, to where our wide receiver core isn't just a mess for this upcoming season if it means that A.J. Brown is not a part of the Eagles anymore. Going out and getting Dontavia Wicks, going out and getting I'm forgetting his name, Hollywood Brown, going out and getting Elijah Moore. They're bringing in guys that kind of fit Sean Mannion's scheme in case we are in a position to where we don't have A.J. Brown. Also, depending on what they do in the draft, that is also going to give us a clearer picture about where this team is and where they stand with A.J. Brown. I cannot stress this enough. I don't want to see a world where the Philadelphia Eagles don't have A.J. Brown as their wide receiver 1 and Devontae Smith as the 2, in addition to the guys we've already picked up. But if he's unhappy, if he's truly not happy as a Philadelphia Eagle anymore, we're not doing ourselves any favors by keeping a player around that's not necessarily bought in all the way. Okay, and he showed flashes of that last season. We just got to be honest about it, bro. A.J. Brown, there was a few plays last year where it just looked like he quit. Now, that might not have been the case, but that's how it looked to us, the viewers watching, the other people who analyze the game and talk about it. It looked like at times A.J. Brown was just not bought in. It's specifically that 49ers game. That was the worst game I've ever seen him play as an Eagle. So, even with all that being said, I love AJ, bro. I think AJ Brown is a phenomenal talent. He helped us get to 2 Super Bowls. We won one of them. He scored touchdowns in both of them. He was a huge player, huge factor in both of those games. And outside of that 49ers game, AJ Brown 9 times out of 10 is showing up. So to me, that 49ers game is kind of an outlier. That's not the real AJ Brown you're going to get on a consistent basis. Every dog has his day. You know what I mean? Like, not every game are you going to be amazing and all the way there. It happens. That's just sports in general. Quarterbacks come out one week, they're throwing 4 touchdowns, 250 yards, passing the ball over the field, all over the field, and then the next week they throw in 2 or 3 interceptions. It happens. Like, that's for any sport, not just the NFL. So I don't want us to lose AJ, but I understand the position that the Eagles are in, man. And if it's a situation, like I'm saying, where he's just not happy anymore, you got to find the best value you can for a guy like AJ. I think a first-round pick would be just good enough, especially considering all the drama that has been surrounding his name. His trade value might have taken a hit. I don't really know. But I think a first-round pick would be great. A first and a second would really be great. And then we could just see where the Eagles go from there, man. Have to wait and see what they do, man. We're going to get a lot of those answers within this next week. I know another receiver that is coming out of the draft that's been reported the Eagles could be very interested in drafting him is Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. And he's had some injuries, but he has all of the assets you would want a receiver to have. He's big, he's physical, and Jordan Tyson. So we'll see. But with that being said, man, this was the Eagles Rant with Quest64. Please make sure that you like the video. Let me talk to me in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this A.J. Brown situation. Are you wanting A.J. Brown to stay, or are you over the drama at this point and you're really disappointed with how he behaved in last season and ready for a fresh start, an era where we don't have A.J. Brown? Let me know in the comments, man. I'm out. We just